having a great Friday. Happy Friday to everyone. And
Interesting.
yeah, why not?
Hmm?
So, like I was saying, we did unlock some features last night. We got a 5 stars, and we got Isla Sorna to do now. Now, this is perhaps the last of the main campaign. Now, I'm still working on the levels of the Doctor Wu's secret lab, which we're gonna go jumping back and forth here and there. But this is perhaps the last one. Now, I'm not saying it's the last live stream, but I'm just saying that this is the last island that we'll be doing, since all these ones have been taken care of. Now, there is this other one, the Tacaño Research Facility, which is linked to the Dr. Wu's lab. So we have to get this one unlocked. We have to master everything or unlock everything that's asked for, and then we'll have this option to this island, this this part of the island to attend. So I haven't been to Isla Sorna yet, but let's do it. Now, for the ones who don't know, Isla Sorna is takes place in the Lost World in Jurassic Park 3, and this is basically the Site B, the distribution of dinosaurs. And then once they've been made and then out for a while, they'll be picked up and sent to Isla Nublar, which they will be for the main attractions. Now, I'm not sure if Jurassic. Now, I know in Jurassic Park 3. I know in the beginning of Jurassic Park 3.
This is Isla Sorna. You've got a larger landmass to deal with on this island. More opportunities for success, and, of course, for the unexpected, which shouldn't be unexpected, but, you know, it just always is.
That's been labeled as
An island
restricted.
Dr. Malcolm's all too familiar with. Site B. Long since reclaimed by nature, mostly. Taming this place will likely be your toughest challenge yet. And speaking of taming, a number of wild attractions make up the local population. Full display, have very long and very sharp teeth.
Do not let this place fool you. Like Central Park in New York City, what appears to be nature is actually an elaborate illusion. On this island, the dinosaurs are running wild. But that can't be true because they're contained, aren't they? Their situation and their existence is both artificial and real. A recursive nightmare. Like the Dragon Curve, a potentially dangerous Mandelbrot set. Fractal, fraction, fracture, all from the same root word. Frangere, Latin for to break. So you see, creation and destruction are really one and the same.
Okay. So as you can see, we have a what do you call it? A budget of $6 million at the moment. Now I actually got some dinosaurs already taken care of. So let's see, as you can see, we got the medium sized. We got some attractions here and there. We could definitely put the hotel here. Let's take a look under guests. No. And the answer is no. Whoa. Actually, you can. And then right next to them, we could put on the other stuff. We could put the stores to increase the more money. But let me see how much it costs right now. Because right now, I don't think it would be wise if I were to. Let's see, how much is it, the hotel? 600 and some million. I mean, 600 and some thousand. We could make it. I mean, let's first see what we need to get taken care of. Okay, so we get the security center, we got the storm center, we get the ACU. We have, okay, so we need a ranger station. So that's definitely a need. We actually do need those too. Just trying to find a way how to kind of squeeze in. Well, I don't know what is this for, so we're going to go ahead and take it down. Not all of it completely, but just this stuff right here. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and build the first, the essential three, which is the expedition, the fossil, and the research. See if I can get it. It was fitting. Okay, there you go. The expedition, fossil, of course. Okay, we got some space. So that way we can start excavating dinosaurs. Requires a path location. Way ahead of you, buddy. Maybe if I do a little bit of a curve. Like that. And then go straight. Right there. The tunics! Thank God for sight B. That is true. How you doing, buddy? How was your work from last night? I mean, how was your day last night? Everything went well? Your Friday went well? Okay, so we got fossil, the expedition. Now we need the research. And then the last one will be the ranger station. See, back in there. Yeah, everything's been fine. That's good. Yeah, so for any cosplayers around here on the channel, I heard that this weekend is Holiday Matsuri, which last time I heard took place in Orlando. There's a funny story behind that. I was originally had plans to go to Holiday Matsuri some years ago, and unfortunately didn't work out as planned, and I had to cancel it. So yeah, it was it was a downer, to be honest. I was actually looking forward to going there, but unfortunately didn't work out. I didn't read the I wouldn't say I didn't read the fine print as carefully as I thought, or maybe I just didn't comprehend what they were saying. So
this new contract was made for a person of your talents.
I already built it.
Environment is essential to the dinosaur's development. The right facility will make all the difference. How does yours measure up?
Research. Well, oh, research is being built. Okay, so we're good. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes you already know what you need to do, and then you get a head start. And then once something has been built, it's like, hey, don't forget, you have to build this one. I'm like, ah, no, I already took care of that, buddy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get a ranger station. Tectonic says, controversial opinion, Jurassic Park 3 is my favorite of the series. Hey, that's... it's always...
You made that look easier than it was.
Yeah, the thing about... Okay, so for me, I think as part of the Jurassic community, I don't think we have such hatred like we do with... Like, I think the fandom isn't that bad, as opposed to, like, say, like Star Wars, or Star Trek, or any of those specific, particular sagas or franchises. I think for us is that we all have an agreement that the Jurassic Park is the best one, the first one, and then we always have those sides like say, no, I didn't like that movie, but I do like the scenes. You know, like say for example, like Jurassic Park 3. Overall, I did not like much of the movie itself. I prefer Lost World, but I do like the Pteranodon scenes. I do like the raptor scenes. Not a big fan of the Spino and T-Rex. I think that was a bit weird. And then, well, it was different. It was unique, but I heard rumors that there was originally supposed to be a scene. Like I said, this is what I heard. That Eric Kirby throws the T-Rex pea to the Spino and attracts a group of T-Rexes and then kills the Spinosaurus. That would have been actually interesting. That would remind me a lot of The Lion King, the 94 version. But yeah, I mean, it would have been a really interesting way. But I think the director at that time, who was Joe Johnston, or Joe Johnston, if I'm correct, had his own way of doing shit, and it got to a really odd way that even Michael Crichton left the project, which is bizarre because this is the guy who basically created Jurassic Park, and then this guy has his own way of doing things. And yeah, I mean, it took me a while to forgive Joe Johnston after what he did with Jurassic Park 3, but you know, after watching it, it does feel more like a dino movies. It does feel like a true dinosaur movie. And some people say like, well, you know, it's a crappy, dinosaur movie. But if you've seen the past Jurassic Park movies, there's a whole lot of talking and humans talking left and right, because obviously dinosaurs don't talk. It's not like the Land Before Time. And hold on a second. Okay, like in Land Before Time. And yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but I do like certain degree of the third one. But if I had to choose besides the first one, the second one was my favorite one. Okay, ooh, Dante says hi, hello there. Yeah, oh, okay, hold on a sec, guys, hold on a sec. There's so many comments going on here, and let's see, put this under my YouTube so I could read, because I do like reading things that I like. Okay, let's see. Alright, the Tony talks about his controversial opinion. Jurassic Park. Okay, Tectonic says Jurassic Park is undoubtedly the best. Dante says you should build a pen for the Spinosaur. I will if I have it. And Tectonic says I like the film for what it is. That's true. I mean, it could have been better if Crichton stuck around. And I mean, like I said, every director has his own direction, of course, director of making a certain movie. But you know, the executive producers like Spielberg, and I'm assuming that Crichton was there. I mean, he always can give him suggestions like, hey, you know, I like this, and I prefer that. You know, it's up to the director to either take it or leave it. And sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss. It's funny because Jurassic Park 3 came out the same year of my graduation. So I graduated in 2001, June 1st, 2001. And when Jurassic Park 3 came out was in July 18. So I was really hyped up because I'm like, I cannot wait to watch my first ever Jurassic Park movie in theaters. And eventually, due by some, I had a really, really messy, really dark summer. My dad eventually took us to dollar movies, which was a bit of a downer, but in the end I saw a Jurassic Park movie in theaters. The first two I had to watch on a cassette, so yeah, it was a bit of a downer, but yeah, eventually, you know, I had a chance to go watch Jurassic Park 3. I mean, I had a chance to watch Jurassic Park in its 20-year anniversary, and I had a chance to watch Jurassic World about a week after its release, and Fallen Kingdom about maybe its second day of release. I haven't seen Lost World yet, but I'm planning to go at the end of this month. They're doing this Jurassic anthology, or yeah, the anthology, or call it this collection, in the Galaxy Theaters in the Colony, and it's only $5, and they have a window of maybe a Jurassic movie, with a 2-week window. So The Lost World is coming out the same weekend as Cowtown Comic Con, which was quite surprising because I'm like, okay, so which one should I go to the movies first and go watch it, or should I go to the convention? So I'm thinking like, since Saturday is the cosplay contest, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go to Cowtown Comic Con, go there, have fun, and then once that's done, I might head out. Well, I think by that time, since once the convention is over, I think it will be around 5 or 6, and then the driving from Hearst to the Colony is about maybe a 45-minute drive. So maybe I might make it. I think it would be better if I go there on a Sunday and just go there, just go straight to the Colony and just watch the earliest time possible. And since Jurassic World exhibition is around the area, you know, why not go ahead and take another look? So I might do that. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I might even cosplay for the occasion. Okay, so let's go ahead and read some comments before we keep moving forward. Let me see. The Tunic says, I feel like Crichton was only angry because they didn't want to adapt the story. Yeah, the thing is that Jurassic Park 3 is the first Jurassic movie that was not based on any of Crichton's book. There was never a Jurassic Park 3. It was only Jurassic Park in the Lost World. So what they did is they nitpick some stuff from the last two, well, from the first two, and kind of made a movie out of it. But I heard that Jeff Goldblum was supposed to be going back or coming back to the movie, he said no and decided to do Cats versus Dogs, which came out around the same time as Jurassic Park 3. And then Sam Neill was casted to be Dr. Grant, which I think was an interesting choice because I wanted to see what Dr. Grant would say in this situation. But I think the most awkward moment was when you see Grant with Ellie, and you're like, hey, and then with the kid, you're like, oh, they finally got together, they got married and have kids, because that was what happened in the first movie, was that Grant wasn't ready to have kids because of reasons, and Ellie wanted to have kids. So after what Grant did with Lex and Tim throughout the course of the movie, he decided to say, you know what, I think it's wise for me to just get rid of what was holding me back. So that's why when you saw him throw away that raptor claw, was simply leaving the stuff that he was holding him back and being ready to settle down. So when you saw that last scene with Lex and Tim, asleep on the shoulder of Grant, and Ellie smiling, saying, hey, you know what, I think this guy's ready to settle down and have a family. And then you see that in Jurassic Park 3, and then there's this fucking asshole who comes by and kisses Ellie, and you're like, the fuck is this shit? So it just made it so goddamn awkward. And oh my god, that really got me upset. That was another reason. Besides from the T-Rex and Spino fight, I would say that the whole relationship between Ellie and Grant was just like shit. Dante says you have a Spino look on map. Look at map, okay. Tetunic says, funny because I graduated from high school 20 years after. Really? So you and I are about the same age. Yeah. I graduated from Diamond Hill from Fort Worth. But it was. Here's the thing, since we're talking about high school. When I went as a freshman, we had the largest class and compared to the others. But then eventually, as from freshman to senior, we had like maybe 200, I think. We had about 200 students, I think, or somewhere around there. It was 100, 150, maybe 200 tops, but we had the largest. That's what our principal said at that time. And certain students would go to other schools. They would drop out. Sadly, some of them died along the way. So from, say, 200 to maybe 65 graduated from high school. So that was a big chunk. So on average, maybe about 30 to 40 students would simply disappear. And it was so small that we just sat on the podium, we sat on stage, and we were listening to the valedictorian, and I was just eager to get out of there. I really was. And it's weird because once I graduated from high school, I had to go to work like about an hour later. So I had a chance to throw my cap and gown, pick it up, say goodbye to basically everyone that were kind of cool with me for those 4 years. And I just disappeared. And I bumped into some people here and there along the way. Some of them are working in good jobs, good successful jobs. Some of them are working at retail stores and fast food joints. I don't judge. You know, some of them they have connections, some of them have luck, and the thing doing something instead of just staying there like a bum and not doing shit. Okay, the Tunic says, no, I graduated this summer. Okay, so let me okay, so you graduated, okay, after, okay, so this year you're getting graduated, but it will be the 20th anniversary of Jurassic Park 3 that came out. Huh, that's interesting. Well, congrats of getting graduating. Of course, high school is always, of course, college is always optional, but the thing is, as long as you get that diploma first, is just what counts.
Time. You know, send out expeditions. Get the squares to research something. Make me a coffee, that sort of thing.
Coffee.
Cream and 2 sugars.
Okay, let's take a look at the map.
I've seen some interesting opportunities come my way since I've been here. Like this one, which I now offer to you.
Oh, okay, look at that. So I'm assuming this is where I'm going to get the
One of
Spino?
best ways to keep guests safe is to be able to accurately predict how the dinosaurs will respond to certain situations.
Okay, ooh, okay, we got the Pentaceratops. I actually seen the figurine of the Pentaceratops. It looks really cool. It looks really metal. It looks like something that would come out of a heavy metal. That's what I would say. And let's go to Africa, because that's where the Spinosaurus is from. Oh, look at that. We get the Stegosaurus as well. Tectonics asks, how far are you into Isla Sorna? Dante meant to check the overhead map. It's okay, no worries. Eventually I'm gonna figure it out, so it's okay, no worries, no problems. Let's go ahead and research this shit. Ground, what is this? High capacity version of the ground herbivore feeder. Needs resupply less frequently. Well, that's good to know. Extension tall. Okay, so this is all food. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I can't do anything here because we're doing research. Okay, so we got 3 teams digging up shit, and we're gonna get 3 times the fossils. Okay, so
Bottom line, I couldn't have done it any better. Thanks.
For now. Press triangle and look around the map. You'll find a bunch of Stegosaurus. Bunch of Stegosaurs. Research. Okay. It's okay, it's okay. We could just crank this up a bit. Okay. Now we got 16. Okay. So we got here. Oh, wow. Wow. This is all mines? Let me take a look. Let me just use this as my guide. Oh, wow. Man, That is... Okay, so this will definitely going to be a road. Either a road or a lake for any of the crocodile type of dinosaurs. Oh, son of a bitch. Oh wow, but it's gonna be quite expansive. Alright, let's go ahead and build a E shelter. Let's see. Dante says, I'm back. Well, that's good to know. Oh, shit. Can I just blow it out of the way? Just... there are 3 segments of the map. Oh man, look at that. They're just shitting on my fossil center. No, god damn it. Oh man, look at all these people dying. Are we ever gonna see that in Camp Cretaceous? This one requires another crew. Oh, Jesus. Are they done? Are they done fucking up my shit? Let's focus on this one because I need that a lot. Oh, I think they destroyed the center blocks. And 1 fatality. Oh, there they are. Oh, look at that. Now, here's my question. Has anyone ever seen a show called Whitest Kids You Know? It is stupid funny, but for the ones that don't know, there is a scene in which a guy is trying to help out a horse to... Well, I can't tell you. It'll ruin the surprise, so... But I'll definitely send a link below for you guys to go ahead and watch it. But I will tell you this is a bit of a...
I've got something for you, if you're interested.
Let me see. Capture a photo of an Indominus Rex and the Chunkingosaurus together. Yeah, I guess we could do that. But not right now. Let's go ahead and get more shit. Look in the upper left hand corner of the map. You know, like over here in Alaska. Like right here? No? Upper left hand corner of the map. See what we got here. No, the park map. Uh, okay, I see you lost. Oh, okay, okay. I see it. Oh, there you are, you son of a bitch. Oh, wow, look at that beautiful bastard. Now, here's my question to everyone. What are your thoughts about the new remodeling of the Spinosaurus? You think it looks cool? You think it looks kind of weird? What are your thoughts? Okay. Let's see what else is missing. Well, this is all the concrete shit. We could remove it if we want to. But I need this because...
Acknowledging request for repair crew.
We gotta make it look neat. Okay, I think this will definitely be the place for the Spinosaurus. Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think. The modern reconstruction is cool, but I still prefer the film version. Okay. Heavy steel. Let's see. Well, I gotta give a little bit of extra space for the gyrospheres. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to guests. Oh no, it was the enclosures, right? I'm sorry. There you go. Gyrosphere station. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead, give it a path. And then we're gonna start goofing around with this. Okay, yeah, we need to do more research. Yeah. ¿Y qué es esto? Paladin. 400,000. You know, when I was doing, I can't remember which one was it. I think it was in Isla Pena or in Dr. Wu's lab or island. I got buried treasure and it was like $500,000. I was like, God damn, that's good. I wish I had that more often. Head back. This is what we got here. The Pentaceratops. Let's get more of the Spinosaurus. Dante asked, did you see the Spinal? Yes, we did. We actually complimented how beautiful that son of a bitch looks like. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to remove a little bit of water. Not too much, but just enough so the gyros can go around without a problem. Okay. Let's see. Let's go under editing. Okay, let's go pick the one on the left. Okay. Straight line all the way. Now, what is this? What does this do? Does it go out and can go back in? How is it kind of like an outlet? How does that go? For anyone who, uh, for anyone who's actually quite familiar with this. Yeah, I think that should be good enough. Gotta go as far as we can. There you go. Let's take a look.
When things go wrong, who do they turn to first? You guessed it. So consider this contract part of us always being ready.
Lonely. Why lonely?
Setting additional task.
What's the minimum for the stegosaurs? Is it like 3 or 4? If that's the case, we gotta add these guys here. Okay, you two, calm down. Okay, I gotta go here and upgrade the ACU. Dectunix asks, do I like Star Wars? Yes, I do. Shit. I spend unnecessary money. Okay, so where were we? Yes, I do. I do love Star Wars. I do like Star Wars, but not as much as I do with
Acknowledged.
Oh, come on now, really? You gonna give me that shit?
Confirming task.
Now I gotta wait. Okay, so we got 1 down, 2 down. Well, that's always awesome. Yeah, perhaps since these are wild, I think they require more attention.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Maybe I could push the fencing a bit further back, because I noticed that some dinosaurs don't bother climbing on the edges or going through the have a steep area. So let's go ahead and do that. Here.
Transporting asset.
Okay. Let's see, what's your favorite Star Wars? Well, I grew up, as you can see, I grew up from the younger years of, I grew up with the OG Star Wars, the OG trilogy. I like it a lot. I do have some I mean, I do have my moments with the prequels. There were some good moments, and there were some bizarre moments of the trilogy, the prequel trilogy. But overall, I still would enjoy watching that over the sequel trilogy anytime. The sequel trilogy was so... Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, how can you possibly fuck it up that bad? That is, for me, that is the most bizarre thing. It's like you got basically handed over keys to the kingdom. And instead of saying, okay, we're gonna do the best we can in your honor or of your creation, it's basically just agenda, left and right, back and forth. Oh no. They're not happy yet. They're lonely. What do you mean they're lonely? What the fuck do you mean they're lonely? There's 4 of them right there. Oh, 5. What is it, a minimum? 10? My favorite episode is Revenge of the Sith. Yes. Yes, for the prequels, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite one. It's a combination of action, drama. There's some dashes of horror. It's actually a well-balanced movie. Of course, the whole no thing was a little bit hammy, a little bit excessive, a little too much, but when you see what Anakin Skywalker lost in the end, he lost his closest friend, or his friends, his family betrayed him, his wife dies, so he's alone, tortured alone, and that is really unfortunate, you know. Oh, okay, now we got this bullshit.
Request acknowledged. Task
See, I would try to fucking tell these guys to repair this shit. Friend request received by Arthur Chato and Homeworld Command. So there you go, now I've become a bit famous. You like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy? Okay, so we need to talk about Spider-Man. Okay, so I like Spider-Man. I do enjoy it. He's not my favorite superhero, but there is a certain liking of this character, of him. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, Spider-Man. So I do enjoy the first one. I think Willem Dafoe did a great job as oh my god, this is also
If you
too.
can handle all the chaos of the facilities and the dinosaurs, then really, how tough could completing this new contract be for a person of your
It's
talent?
difficult trying to put these fucking stegosaurs. How? Is there?
You
Are
find
there
anything
more?
interesting? I want to know about it. If you don't tell me, I'll find out about it anyway.
I
Your
bet you
choice.
will.
Make the right one.
Comfort 0, 0, 0. I feel like maybe I should just sell them. I don't know. I think that sounds kind of well. They're basically. It didn't cost me a dime. Let's see.
Picking up asset.
Or maybe the minimum. Wait. No. They're going down. They're going down too.
Understood. Adding task.
I do like the second one, but I think the third one, I did not like the third one. The third one was just overcrowded. Because instead of being one movie being The Sandman and the other one being Venom, or vice versa, they decided to go ahead and put The Sandman, then Venom, and then the new Goblin. So that's three villains. That is too much.
En route to pick up the asset.
Yeah, it was just too many villains in that movie.
En route to collect the asset.
They really should just. It's the same thing like on Wonder Woman '84. They could have just said, okay, one of them be Cheetah, and then the other movie be of that the businessman. The oh my god, I forgot what was the guy's name because it was so forgettable. Oh gosh, I remember how bored I was in that movie, and I was like, when I first heard that Wonder Woman was going to come out in December, I was like, okay, I don't mind. I don't mind waiting that long for a movie, for that type of movie, because I know it's going to be good, or so I thought. And then I remember that I was on a date. I went out with someone, and we fell asleep. My date and I were just falling asleep. We were just trying to wake up because it was so boring. There was a whole lot of talk, and a lot of stuff didn't make sense. And oh gosh, it was just such a mess. The Tunixes, I like their first Iron Man movie. The second and third couldn't get really behind. Okay, so here's the thing about the Iron Man trilogy. I enjoy the first one, I really do. The second one was a bit interesting because I was actually quite surprised that Terrence Howard wasn't going to appear for Iron Man 2, because he was being pitched in, like, especially when you saw the first one, at the end of the first one, when you see Cody looking at the Iron Man suit and he says, "Next time, baby," that means that War Machine will be introduced in the next one. So then when Cody was being replaced, when Terrence Stamp was replaced by Don Cheadle, I was like, okay, what? And Crimson Dynamo, I thought that Mickey Rourke was supposed to be Crimson Dynamo, but Whiplash supposedly is the son of the Crimson Dynamo, so I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's okay then. And the third one, oh my god, the third one was just forgettable. I don't even know what happened. All I know is the third one, I thought the Mandarin was going to make an appearance. And then I was like, okay, cool, this is one of the true villains of
Asset to be collected.
Of Iron Man, and that he's going to be all in green and had his beard and all this stuff, because I saw the cartoons that came out back in the early 90s. You see, for the ones who don't know, there was a couple of Marvel-based cartoons during the 90s, like obviously X-Men was the biggest one, but then there was Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, and Iron Man. and I think those one, each of them was like maybe 12 to 24 episodes long. So it wasn't that big. It wasn't that long. Um, X-Men was the one that had the biggest crowd. They had the biggest fans because I remember that they would play a new episode every day, 5 days a week. I think it was the same thing with Batman because I think Batman came out first and then X-Men. But for me, I was more excited with X-Men because the intro was really energetic. Let's see. Dectonic says, I really only liked the first Iron Man movie. Yeah, me too. I enjoyed the first one a lot. I do. The third one, like I said, the way how it was introduced with the Mandarin, that it was two characters instead of one, I just thought it was stupid. And Mandarin should have been its own character, and that could have been it, but no. No. That never happened. So I was disappointed, to say the least, that they just couldn't deliver. So yeah, I fell asleep. I kid you not. I don't know what the fuck happened on the third one because it was so forgettable. It was so forgettable. I had to read it in Wikipedia to understand what the fuck was going on. That's how boring the third one was.
Ladies and gentlemen, transportation in progress. Of anomalous events. Picking up asset.
Iron Man was a great setup for sequels. That's true. I mean, it was a good one, but I mean, they could have just. I mean, the second one did introduce us to Scarlett Johansson for doing Black Widow, which I think she did a great job. But now she's complaining that Black Widow or that she was played as a piece of meat or something. It was stupid. It was a really dumb explanation that Scarjo said about her movie. The one character that made her millions and millions and millions of dollars. See, when I was reading whatever she was saying about the whole meat shit, I was like, sweetheart, if you didn't like it, how come you said yes to its sequels? Yeah, you could say, oh, I didn't like the character, but what about all that money that was coming in, huh? Oh, you weren't bitching about that, huh? Christ. Oh, God, it's people like her that I just sometimes makes me wonder. Fish. Likes fishies. Let's give a combination of both meat and fish. Just like me, I like beef, I like chicken, I like fish, I like gator. Oh my God! See, I need to make plans to go up north to Razoo's for some gator tail. They say that there's one in Arlington, but I've gone here and there at Arlington, but I haven't really searched. I'm gonna find it yet.
Asset has been delivered.
There you go. I have some meat. Alright, need to see how you feeling. Okay, so here's the thing. This guy says he didn't like being Han Solo because it attracts too many of these weird people, which are basically sci-fi guys. He plays an excellent character. He is very well liked. Han Solo is a very likable character. But he feels more attracted to Indiana Jones. So that's why I think because he's a bit more, how should I say, a bit more down to earth. But then again, you know, it's like whether you want to be Han Solo or Indiana Jones, it's like, okay, your best friend is a galactic ape. You fly the fastest goddamn ship in the galaxy. You're married to royalty. You know, your best friend, your other best friend is a Jedi master. See, so where's the bad of that? Where are the negatives? Are those? Tell me that. Okay, so let's take a look at the stegosaurs. Now I had to get rid of some because they were getting my nerves. Okay, so they need to be hit at a certain number. Okay, what about this asshole? Okay, so there's 0. What about these guys? So it seems that I need to have a minimum of 5. 5 stegosaurs. That is way too much. I like Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. Okay, now let's talk about that. Let's talk about Hayden Christensen because, I mean, a lot of people give him shit because of his acting, but I don't really think it was his. You know, I don't think it was him that decided to do that. I think it was more of requires what? Oh, so we need to research. Yeah, I haven't done research yet. Okay, so, like I was saying, I don't think it was Hayden's decision of doing that wonky mannequin acting. I think it was Lucas who decided to go ahead and do that because you could tell that this character, that Anakin doesn't have friends or family. I mean, he has his mother, but he doesn't know when, like say, when he has feelings for Padme, because he's a Jedi, he's not taught to express certain emotions that might tilt him to the dark side. So he does act in this type of awkward manner because Jedi is basically a galactic monk. So I mean, for me, it took me a moment because even I had my frustrations as well because I didn't have that many friends, and because I moved here from California, not many young ladies were interested of me because they thought like, hey, I was too different for their taste. And the school that I was attending at that time, they required a certain taste of men or a certain common ground when it comes for men. You know, if they didn't have the type of thuggish type of personality, you know, I wasn't gonna get anything. Yeah. So I wasn't. I was basically a California nerd who had a thing for comic books and video games and movies. And some of these guys just like to dress up thuggish, and because of the apparel that they were wearing is where they would get more girls. So it was a really frustrating experience. But like I said, it was in high school. I moved on. Okay, so I'm thinking about putting the incubation center right here. But yeah, I mean, I still talk to some of the some people from school here and there. You know, I think we're actually planning to hang out someday. Let's see. Huh. Okay, so I can't do anything here. Maybe. One sec. I had it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I could go ahead and get that connected. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the fencing. Yeah, no, we're good, we're good.
That's what I like about you. You get results.
Okay. Fossil zone.
Isla Sorna isn't an easy nut to crack, but you've got the entertainment division on the island completely lit. That's getting you a reward as well.
Okay, so Daytunic says it was more George's direction. Yeah, I mean, for ones who don't know, George did in fact make the effort of writing and. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. There were many directors that George wanted to offer. Like Spielberg, he directed uh, Indiana Jones, but Lucas had his he would have his 2 cents of the the movie. So you know a little bit stuff here and there. They had this good collaboration. That's why Indiana Jones had such a liking because it came from two great minds. But the thing is that when the prequels were being announced and he wanted directors, one of them were the common ones that he used to work with, like Spielberg and Ron Howard and others, and they would turn it down because they don't want um, they don't want the fucking shit. Not that. Not that. I'm sorry. Hold on a sec. Give me a minute, guys. Do I? Okay, so I don't have that one yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that taken care of. Salmonella, if I'm correct, was the one that was lacking. Salmonella. That one. That one. Tuberculosis. And tapeworm. For now. Okay, so like I said, he was offering the directors who he used to work with to direct his movies, and they said that no because he gets a little, how should I say, territorial when it comes to certain movies, so that's why they didn't want to get close to those scripts because I'm like, okay, I'm going to direct this Star Wars movie, but I'm going to have to deal with Lucas bullshit, and it's you know, it comes with a territory when you have when you're working something like that big. So it wouldn't surprise me if they said no, and he said, you know what, no one wants to direct my movies, might as well just do it. So that's why all 3 movies were written and directed by Lucas. It's still better than whatever Disney was offering. the Tunic says, I think Spielberg didn't want to do it because he didn't want
Who's there?
people to
New
bash him
contract?
again
That's
after
it.
Lost World.
Period.
Well, here's the thing, because I think the following year of after the Lost World, he would direct Saving Private Ryan. So I think with him, it should have motivated him even more to do a Star Wars movie. I would love to see a Spielberg directed Star Wars. That, oh my god, that would have been so badass. Because you got the same guy who did E.T. and Closer Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, fuck. The door. It needs a door. Hold the door! There you go. Oh, no, 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 no. Where's Spino? Where's Spino? Yeah! Oh, okay, he's good, he's good. He's good. There you go. Woo, boy. I was about to panic, like, man, don't you fucking die on me, asshole. You're probably gonna cost me a whole lot of money. There you go. He's all good. Yay, Spino's all good. Okay. Oh, look at that. Frolicking like a majestic fucking eagle. I think you better get the fuck out. Oh gosh, I remember. Okay, it's funny that the Tunix talks about Lost World. So, oh my God, it's useless. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay. So, like I was saying, in the toy line of the toy line of the Lost World, I remember seeing one, and I was in KB Toys at that time, and I saw this really interesting looking. Do we have enough power? 7. No, I don't think we have enough power. Let's see. I think we could make a large.
When we have power problems, bad things tend to happen. I'd prefer they didn't. So how about making sure your buildings have the power they need?
I think I may have to tear down that wall in order to have more space. So just like Ronald Reagan would say, tear down that wall. Yeah, we mostly get rid of all this shit. We don't really need it. We don't need the fencing either. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh, okay, Spinosaurus. And I saw the Spino action figure. I saw it at KB Toys, and they were selling it for like $20. And it would look like a dinosaur that was probably like maybe worth $10-12. But it was in the mall. It was KB Toys. They used to overprice toys and action figures to a certain degree that was almost ridiculous. And oh yeah, absolutely. And it was like this type of allosaur with the sail, and I was like, "That's a really funny looking dinosaur." Like even for me, it looked off. Like it looked like a fucking Quasimodo type of dinosaur. I didn't have a problem with the dinosaur walking in two legs with a sail. It's not that. It's just that something looked off, and I think the head itself looked really disproportionate to the sail. Like it didn't match. So then when the Jurassic Park 3 was introduced and the Spina was supposed to take over the T-Rex, I thought it had more of that crocodilian type of skull. And I thought like, hey, you know what? I think that looks good. I think that looks authentic. It matches with the sail and the body itself. It makes sense. But now with the newer version, it's a little bit hard to say because it looks more like kind of like a bear. You know what I mean? Like not really like a. It's like a mix of like a bear and a crocodile. Like a bear can walk in fours, bear can walk in twos as well. So it was weird. It had a really funny looking look to it. A funny looking feature. But then after they did more research, I was like, okay, I guess I could accept what it is, you know. They're like, okay, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and upgrade this. Put an extra one there. Ah, perfecto. Sometimes I forget Spielberg did Lost World and was involved with Transformers. When I first heard of Transformers, the 2007 Transformers, and when I heard that he was being involved with it, I was like, okay, I mean, it looks interesting. Like, this fits into his thing, his doing. But then after watching the movie sober, and then I thought to myself, okay, it's not that bad. And then when I was drinking and I saw it again, I was like, wow, what a real big piece of shit. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck am I watching? And it was way off. It was like, okay, why is Shia LaBeouf getting that piece of ass of Megan Fox? Why does Megatron fly? He's supposed to be either a gun or a tank, and it is just some of it was starting to bug me. But the second one was the one that really pissed me off. Because of Revenge of the Fallen. And I remember I was watching it. Because I was excited of, okay, what's going to happen in the second one. And then I see Megatron flying. He takes a knee. And he says, Master. And I'm like, whoa, back the fuck up. I don't recall Megatron being a master to anyone. Except, he's that up there. And, oh my god, I got pissed off. I got pissed after that. So, the second one was the one that made me not get into the third one at all. And then when I heard that Leonard Nimoy was going to lend his voice to do, I believe, Sentinel Prime, if I'm correct. I was kind of like doubtful because it's just I was like I wasn't feeling it. I really wasn't feeling it at all. So I decided to pass on the third one, and then I was watching the fourth one because it said that the Dinobots were going to make an appearance, and I love the Dinobots. Grimlock is one of my favorite Autobots. So I was watching the movie. I think I was watching with my brother at that time, and I was watching it, and I remember I was falling asleep, and like Mark Wahlberg was there. Like, okay, it's good to know that he's there. And then T.J. Miller was there, and I'm like, why the fuck is this guy there? And why? And I just couldn't feel it. I couldn't feel it. I just wasn't feeling it. And it wasn't until like near the end of the movie, like the last 30 minutes, is when the Dinobots finally make an appearance. I was like, man, I might as well just fast forward the goddamn movie and watch the Dinobots, because I think that was the biggest pay-up. Yeah, pay-up. The Tunic says Spielberg handpicked Michael. Well, the thing is that Michael Bay is more of an explosive action guy. He likes explosions. He likes kablooey shit. And there's nothing wrong with kablooey shit because I love Bad Boys 1 and 2. I love Armageddon. I love The Rock. I like... what were some other movies that I enjoyed of Michael Bay? I enjoyed them. But I just think that Transformers was... I wasn't feeling it. I felt more to Bumblebee than any of the past movies of the Transformers. But my favorite all-time Transformers movie is the 86 one. No matter how dated it is still the best Transformer movie to date. Let's get some simple dinosaurs. Oh, yeah. I should have upgraded it first. What did you think of Peter Jackson's King Kong remake? David Gonzalez. Sup? Well, what's up? How you doing, David? Okay, so the Atomics ask, what do you think of Peter Jackson's King Kong remake? Okay, so I think it was a good remake, but I was falling asleep. I really was. It was simply too long of a movie. It was 3.5 hours long. I did like the way how they did the dinosaurs, because, like I said, they're paying homage to the 1933 classic, King Kong. And I enjoyed it. I mean, for me, I still have a soft spot for the 33 classic because it's more of a dinosaur movie than it is King Kong, and to my opinion. But yeah, I still have a love for the 33. The 2005, there's just something about Adrian Brody I just cannot stand. there's something about him that it just does not. I can't get into it. I really can't. And when I saw him in Predators, I was like, why is this asshole in Predator? He doesn't belong. He doesn't fit in. And oh dear God. I always just thinking about it and I was falling asleep on King Kong until finally King Kong made his appearance, and then I said, okay, now we got something going. I think, in my opinion, King Kong could have been better without too much fluff, with too much talking. Just get to know each other well enough, and then head to Skull Island. That's my opinion. I think it's a good movie, but I prefer the 33 Classic over it any time. It is a much better movie. Even though it's claymation, it's still good. So much better. Even like Godzilla movies, I prefer the old Godzilla movies and the 98 Godzilla over the current Godzilla movies, because it didn't bore me the fuck out. I'm not a big fan of the 78 remake. Okay, so for the ones who don't know, they did make a remake in the 70s with Jeff Daniels. No, not Jeff Daniels. Jeff Bridges. And instead of taking place in it, they did pick. So the King Kong from '78 was basically a man in the suit. There was no claymation. It was just simply an asshole in the suit, and there was no creatures except for a very large serpent. And it took place in New York. And instead of King Kong climbing the Chrysler Building, I think he climbed the World Trade Center. And I can't remember much of that movie. I remember watching it a lot when I was a kid. But I just... Yeah, I don't like much the 73 version.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any
but yeah, if you want to watch it just to see how bad it is, yeah, I said, if you got nothing to do, you got some popcorn, yeah, why not? give it a look. The lack of dinosaurs annoys me. Well, I think they were trying. Well, the thing is that dinosaur movies was a bit of a hit and miss throughout cinema. Like, it was big when King Kong came out. They started making these movies like Million Year BC and Journey to the Center of the Earth, and some other bizarre movies, or The Land That Time Lost. So there was some silly dinosaur movies, but I think they stopped in the 60s because of the whole sci-fi thing. And then the 70s wasn't that big. The 80s were kind of big. They were slowly getting big, and because of Land Before Time. And then afterwards there was Dinosaurs, then were The Last Dinosaur, and Dino Riders. And then they kind of stopped like around the late 80s, early 90s. And then once Jurassic Park was introduced, then there was this fucking wave of dinosaur movies left and right. It was just insane. Yeah, because I remember there was dinosaur shows, dinosaur movies, dinosaur toys that I wasn't even familiar with. until like Toy Galaxy brought it up. So I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those toys. I remember having one of those, but not all of them. But yeah, and then I think it was in the late 90s when Lost World was released. 2 years later, Dino Crisis came out, which I loved it. It was basically Resident Evil with dinosaurs, and at that time I was having that juicy taste of zombie brains of Resident Evil. Okay, so I'm thinking what to do here. Let's see what we have here right now. Okay, let's sell. Honestly, I'll watch Godzilla 98 over 2014. Yes, absolutely. Me too. I think the only problem that I didn't like of Godzilla, okay, besides Godzilla not doing the stuff that Godzilla would usually do, like breathing fire, was that I think, to my opinion, Matthew Broderick did not look like he didn't look like the nerdy type. You know what I mean? Like, Jeff Goldblum fits in as the nerdy type. He was a electrician in Independence Day, and then he was a mathematician and a chaotician in Jurassic Park, and in the Fly remake, he was, I believe, a geneticist, if I'm correct. I'm not exactly sure, but he has the look of a nerdy guy, of a guy who does a lot of research. Matthew Broderick does not fit in as the nerdy type. I'm sorry, he's Ferris Bueller. You know, Ferris Bueller is that suave, cocky, fucking guy that guys want to hang out and girls want to fuck with, or girls who want to fuck. I think Broderick could pull the nerd type. Well, I think the closest thing he ever got to was being a teacher for the movie Election. Not sure if anyone have seen that movie, but yeah, it was. I liked him in that movie. I think he did a really good job as being the teacher, and when you find out what he tries to do with Reese Witherspoon's character, Tracy Flick, if I'm correct.
Asset collection request received.
But now Adrian Brody can't pull off being the screenwriter of King Kong. No, absolutely not. And even less in Predators. I keep seeing that, and I'm like, why is this fucking asshole there? He just does not fit in as an action type. I'm sorry. He's more of a drama guy, but not action. He did a great job in the movie Summer of Sam, which was a late 90s movie. Is with John Leguizamo and some other actors from that. I can't remember. There's some actors I could see the face, but I can't remember their names. That's the thing. But it was a good cap of time of, what does it call it? Not up to date. What do you call it? It's a was it a movie at the time, or not a movie at the time? It has, there's a name for it. It's called a movie at the time, or a movie of, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a title to it, because during the 80s there was a lot of those up to the moment. I think that's what it's called, up to the moment type of movies. And and like St. Elmo's Fire, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club was definitely one of those type of movies, and Summer of Sam was one of those as well. It's a bit dark, but it does show us of something that happened before our time. Like for me, I was born in the 80s. I wasn't familiar with the Summer of Sam. My dad was, because he would listen to the radio when he was in high school. So he heard about the Summer of Sam. The same thing like what was that other movie that took place during the 70s? 54. 54 was a coming of age. Coming of age. That's the one I was trying to say. A coming of age movie. I think the word you're looking for is called period piece. Or that one too, a period era movie, but it's coming of age. That's the one I was looking for. And that movie was really good. It was really interesting because I've never heard of Studio 54, and at that time when I was living in California, when I was barely living here, I was slowly listening to a lot of soul and disco music because I wasn't familiar with that music. And we used to watch a lot of VH1 during that time. We would watch MTV, we would, but there was a certain attraction to VH1 that I was like, I felt like I'm missing out if I'm not familiar with their music. And it wasn't until the VH1 that I was listening to Barry White and Jesse Brown. Not Jesse Brown. What was that? Aretha Franklin. And oh my God, what was that guy's name? I've forgotten. But yeah, and I was very familiar with Elton John and David Bowie, but not the other singers, so I felt like I needed to know about this just in case. But I think I was the one in high school that was more into listening to different music as opposed to whatever the kids were listening to, because it was more into like rap and gangster rap. So at that time there was so many rappers during the 90s. So many. It was just ridiculous. Let's go ahead and remove some water. Just a little bit. So we can make some space for the road. Tectonic says, people forget that Matthew Broderick did The Lion King and Inspector Gadget. Now I did know about Lion King, because like I was singing to myself, like, why does that voice sound so familiar? And then I did watch some of Inspector Gadget. I was really familiar with the cartoon, and I remember there was a kiddie version of Inspector Gadget. I think it's called Inspector Gadget Jr. or Kid or something. I can't remember, but it was when I was still living in California. I haven't heard anything about let's see, hold on a sec. I'm thinking maybe, well, this would be large enough for all the animals, for any type of animals. And then here would be the stores. Let's see what we have here. I was thinking like maybe have here the dinos, and then down here let that be like a road, and then here be the stores. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, I've seen Inspector Gadget. It looked different. It was different from what I was accustomed to. But I was actually more surprised that was a Disney movie as opposed to Matthew Broderick actually showing up. But they did make a sequel, and I think it's French Stewart who does the character this time. But it was weird as well because the only show that I was very familiar with French Stewart was with Third Rock from the Sun with John Lithgow, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and even William Shatner will make an appearance as the big giant head. You're going to need a monorail. That's true. That's definitely. I think that's what I'm going to do. This is going to be just for the park, just for the dinos. But I was thinking about now since you brought it up, I do need a monorail system around here. So here would be the monorail, and we're gonna go all the way around all this, and I'm thinking about doing it into like 2 big circles with the stores and the dinosaurs. Like this one will be for the big boys, the big dinos, the ones that require a lot of space. So let me go ahead and get myself. You know what? Are you guys into watching a T-Rex and Spino fight or not yet? Yeah, just let me know, guys. If you guys are up for a T-Rex and Spino fight. Yeah. See what time is it right now? It is 11:15 from where I'm at. Yeah, I could do another hour. Maybe another 30 minutes. We shouldn't create Spinosaurus versus T-Rex war on the channel. We shouldn't create it. The Tunix asks, have you seen Shrek? Yes, I have. The second one is the best one. The first one was interesting because that's how you develop the characters. I think John Lithgow did a great job being Lord Farquaad. And the second one I did really enjoy it a lot. And the third one, I felt like it was losing its taste. And I thought like they should stop while they're still ahead. And that's when Shrek finds out that Fiona is pregnant. But I forgot who was the bad guy in that one because it was so forgettable. It was, I kid you not, it was incredibly forgettable. I didn't know what was going on. No, well, technically I could have stores. I think I can. Yeah, I think I can. Hold on a second, let me see if I could curve. No. Let's not do that. Let's leave this. No, let's remove that. That and that for right now. We're gonna curve the road so that way we give just plenty of space. To there you go, that's what I'm trying to do. And then we're gonna curve it like so, and then we're just gonna go straight. Let's see, try to get as close as we can. Let's go ahead and demolish this piece. Prince Charming was the villain of Shrek 3. See, that's why I can't remember because it was so forgettable. I forgot who Prince Charming looked like. Who was he again? I know that the second one, there was supposed to be a Prince Charming, if I'm correct, and that the fairy godmother made a deal with the king that if they don't give Fiona, their daughter, to Prince Charming, that they would take away what was special to him, and that was the curse that he was a toad at that time. So it was an interesting twist, but I seriously forgot what was the third one about. I kid you not. The fourth one was when Shrek wanted to do something different in his life. That he missed the good old days of being hunted by the villagers. So he made a deal with Rumpelstiltskin. That one I remember. That one, it was interesting, but not as great as the second one. Let's see what we got here. There's not enough space for the hotel. Monorail will be in the second section. Oh yeah, absolutely. We have plenty of space. Oh yeah, absolutely. Shrek 3 was undoubtedly the worst one of the series. You know, Shrek 3, Shrek the Third, I was like the only thing that I remember from that movie is that Fiona was pregnant, and that was it. Everything else was just forgettable. And the fourth one was interesting because Fiona was one of the ogre hunters that was chasing Shrek. So it was an interesting. It had that Back to the Future 2 type of twist. Oh, like, oh, what happens if we did this instead of that? So yeah, I have a certain liking of the fourth one, but the third one I just couldn't remember at all. I probably might have to watch it just to understand why is it so crappy. Shrek 1 was great memes, and Shrek 2 was a great for story. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I remember reading those memes. I was like, what? But I think the funniest meme I've seen so far, or I read so far, was the Fast and Furious with Dom. Vin Diesel's character Dom. That everything has to be related with family. And of course, if you've ever seen Fast and Furious, you know that family is very important within the franchise. So every time when there's something going on, a meme has to come out with Vin Diesel saying about family. So there was one that they replaced his head with Drake's, and there's the Dollar Tree on top, and he's like saying, "No, thank you, I don't want it." And then the other one says, "Family Dollar," and then he gives a thumbs up with a smile. I think that was just hilarious. Vin Diesel and the power of family. Yes, that's it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I am still behind that movies. I see this fifth one. I still need to see the sixth, seventh, eighth, and the Hobbs and Shaw movie. But I don't know. Like I said, it just it feels like homework for some reason, and I don't know. Hmm. I might as well just put it right here instead. Ah, presto. There you go. And then we're gonna connect them from behind. Let's see, where's some connectors? Connectors. Okay, so that's all we could do for this at the moment. The next section of the island is where we're gonna put a lot more shit into there. Ooh, look at that. Full house on the gift shop section. Um, Deck 2 next says, I want to write my own Dino Crisis adaptations. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That would be really interesting to see um, something like that, because I think it had potential for multiple sequels and spin-offs and adaptations. I mean, spin-offs like Resident Evil. I think that could have been really, really interesting, because you have the story, the chronological story of Resident Evil, and then you have the spin-offs, and then you have its side stories. So, yeah, it would be nice to have Dino Crisis be, excuse me, having that type of Resident Evil treatment. But I think the developers, I think they just didn't give a shit what happened after the third one, because they feel they have this mentality that says that, hey, you know what, the third one was a real piece of shit, and it's true, it was not that great, but this is where they would say, hey, you know what, we should have not done this, let's do this instead. I mean, Dino Crisis 3 can still be part of canon of the series, but let Dino Crisis 4 be a straight sequel, a direct sequel to the second one. See, all they gotta do is have an open mind about that. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta go activate the shelters and close the park again. Have you heard of Dino Stalker? It's a spin-off of Dino Crisis. Yes, I have. I bought the game because I bought the game for less than $25, and then I bought the gun. I was trying to be fancy, so I bought a fancy gun, and I did not like the way how it was set up with the gun control, the light gun control peripheral. It was just simply too. It didn't feel like I was. If it was like a first-person shooter game like Turok, I would have been okay with that completely. But we're using the gun and shooting and reload and shoot the stones to maintain your time within the world. It was just silly. But it was interesting. It was interesting because it felt like a bit of a sequel to Dino Crisis 2, but not related. It has some, because near the end of Dino Stalker, there was many references, and even an appearance of Dylan from Dino Crisis 2, along with Paula, and it was interesting. I really enjoyed it, but if they really put some thought into it, Dino Stalker could have been a good spin-off. I think Dino Crisis 3 could have worked with better camera system. Yes. Very, very true. I did not like, and it's weird because I've seen how Devil May Cry looks like, but the thing is that everything is fast. The characters are fast, the enemies are fast, so there's this type of balance. But here, it felt like the dinosaurs were faster, and you were just fast. And the way how every scene was, every section of the room, it looked like from like one screenshot here, another screenshot there. Like instead of you backing up with every one that you would be going forward, it was just such a camera mess, and you couldn't able to adjust your camera in a proper manner. Morrison. Oh. We need to remove some shit. Okay, that's it for right now. Let's go ahead and sell these stuff. Okay. And yeah, I would play Dino Crisis 3 from time to time when I had a working Xbox. Now I don't have a working Xbox anymore. I could get a 360, but I'd rather just get an Xbox One and I'll be content with that. But the thing is that not many people are buying an Xbox X or a Series X, so that everyone's kind of clinging on that Xbox One like a baby, because there isn't enough games at the moment to really invest for a next gen console or current gen console. No, but I also heard that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart isn't that great either. That's what I've been told. Which is surprising because they usually are really good. I remember playing the first one when it came out back in '02. I didn't get to play it until like '03. But I remember having a lot of fun. My youngest brother had a lot of fun with that game too. So much fun. Console wars are stupid. People should just stick to what they want and prefer. Yeah, that is true as well. The thing is that everyone's playing it safe now. There's no what do you call it? There's no more risk takers. You know, I say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and try out this new game, or let's go ahead and create this IP and have fun with it. See what we can do. Like Horizon Zero Dawn. For ones who don't know, that one is the same developers who did Killzone, which was Guerrilla Games. Now, for me personally, I was not a big. I gave it a chance on Killzone. I didn't really like it much. I prefer Halo, but that was Sony's answer to a Halo game. So I decided not to buy any more Killzone games because I just didn't feel. It didn't grasp me like Halo did. And so they decided to stop with the series and create a new series called Horizon. And that game, it is just kicking ass. It is so good. Spider-Man PS4 was a pretty risky. Yeah, that was a risky but well-earned game. It took risk, and it's the same people who did Ratchet and Clank, which was actually quite bizarre. I'm like, wow. So now they could take time. They could, because I remember they just did Ratchet and Clank. I don't remember them making another game or another. Oh yeah, they did. They did, right? They did Resistance. Now Resistance, I really did enjoy Resistance. They did because they would do 1 year. They would do. Yeah, because 1 year they would do Ratchet and Clank, and then another year they would do Resistance, and then Ratchet and Clank, then Resistance, and so on. And now with this one, I'm assuming they're going to do with that as well. They're going to repeat that process. Like, okay, we're going to have Ratchet, and then we're going to have the Ratchet series, and we're going to have the Spider-Man series. That's what I think. How it's going to turn out. Apatosaurus. Nice. Okay. Oh. So these ones are good to go. Oh, we're done with this one too? Oh, wait. I think I... Okay, I should have stayed put then. Yeah, wait, what? How close was I of the... We'll take a look. Spider-Man Web of Shadows is my favorite Spider-Man game. I think that's the first one, right? Yeah, because then they would do Shadows of Time, I think. Which you play different versions of Spider-Man. I think. I'm not sure. But I remember there was Web of Shadows, or maybe, which console was that from? Because I know there was a friend or foe of Spider-Man. I think it was for the Wii, if I'm correct, or for the Wii U. Wii U. But yeah, like you would choose, like you would face the enemies, and then you could either be let them be your friend, or they could be your enemy. So, hold on a sec, what the fuck's going on? His comfort zone is way low. This is forest. Okay, that's okay. We'll get that in a minute. So let's give this dinosaur some force. No, but there was also Web of Shadows was for the PS3, Xbox, and Wii. I think I may have heard of it, but I haven't bought it. I think the only Spider-Man game that I do remember playing it was Ultimate Spider-Man, but that was in the Xbox and PS2 series. Comfort is above average, or above normal. Let's see, now we're getting the Brachiosaur. Spider-Man Friend of Foe was based on the Raimi trilogy. Spider-Man Edge of Time and Shattered Dimensions aren't connected, I think. Really? I thought they were. Now, what I've heard of Edge of Time is that the writer, the story was written by the people who wrote the comic books. So if that is true, that is badass. The comic book, no, not the comic books, but based on the cartoon series, the animated series of Spider-Man. Why is fast food not making me money? Maybe it needs to be. I don't know, cause look at this. Look at this. I am making money right here. Look at that. I'm making $2,000 in income. I'm making $2,000 of profit. And here I am making caca. Why am I making caca? Let's see. I did have the Corinthosaurus. No, that's the Spinosaurus. Oh, it's sleeping. I wonder how he looks like. Oh, it's like a sleeping crocodile. Let's see, how you doing? Okay. Yeah, he's alright. He's alright at the moment. Okay, let's give it a little plant. Give it some food. Oh, come on now, really? I'm trying to give you a place for you to eat. There you go. Just think 15 minutes should be good enough. You see, another good superhero movie or superhero game is Batman. I think with the Arkham trilogy, they did a great job. Really great job. And the voice actors, oh, the voice talent, oh my god. Awesomeness. Okay, let's go ahead and put a bathroom and a shelter as well. Okay, I think the shelter will not be a thing. But there will be a bathroom. Can a toy shop fit? No, 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 no. What about that new one, the fossil zone? Let's take a look if we could fit the fossil zone here. And this is actually a really mediocre one. 1 star on drink, 2 stars on fun, and 2 stars for shopping. Dig the Pass with an interactive museum that provides guest satisfaction. Nigga, that's some bullshit. Oh god, no, 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 no. I'm not feeling it. Maybe if you want to get that extra star or two. I think look at that. The bowling alley has more fun than the fossil zone. Okay, so I was watching the Angry Video Gamer before I started live streaming, and they were he was talking about Armageddon 64, and I've heard of it, but I never was into it. It basically looked like a really, like how should I say, more of a rip-off version of Twisted Metal. So I was like, I'm not feeling it.
Adding to the list. Acknowledging request for feeder resupply.
I can't demolish whatever is invincible. Maybe I have to repair it. Get the fuck out of here.
Repair crew on
Well, there's no other way to get rid of it other than repair it and then selling it. Oh wow, it's getting really close. Let's go ahead and here's $1 extra. Was there anything else that needed to be attended under research?
confirmed.
Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's take a look first at the... Okay, so we're good with fossils. We could keep digging. I need to know about the Stegosaur because it did not help me out at all. 0 help. Let me see. Tectonic says, I never finished Arkham Knight or Origins. No, I think on the PS3 version, I stopped halfway. Not even halfway. I think like maybe a partial, maybe a quarter of Arkham City, because I was playing some other games that caught my attention much quicker, and I think it's still there, but it would be kind of dumb for me to play the Arkham City version of the PS3 instead of the remastered one. The remastered version. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Yeah, I had a really interesting day, a really interesting Friday. It was a mess of a mess of a day. When I clocked in from work, when I clocked in for work, I already had a mess to deal with, and I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck should I do now?
Confirming task.
No, but the thing is that when I heard that Arkham Knight was going to have an M rating because of its dark content, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to watch the movie of Arkham City, which is simply the cutscenes, and then going to watch Arkham Knight. And oh wow, Arkham Knight did not pull any punches. That was the pure. I mean, the thing was that the first two were rated teen, and you know they kind of held back a bit so to avoid the M rating. But since this one was going to be their last game to make, they wanted to do a trilogy of it, and it was developed by Rocksteady Games, so they were the ones who did the first two. So they said, you know what, we want to do this last one with, you know, we're going to leave it on a high note. So they decided to put it in a much darker tone, much darker story, everything darker to 11. And the ESRB said, you know what, if you keep doing this, it's going to be an M-rated game, and it's not going to help you guys out. Like you either tone it down a bit to have that teen rating, or leave it as is, and we'll give you an M rating. And so for them, the developers said, you know what, we don't want to be holding back punches. We want you guys to have the 100% taste of Batman. So they said, "Fuck it, we're leaving into an M rating," and it was good. It was really, really, really good. So I'm glad that Rocksteady did not hold any punches for that game. Is there enough power, or is it? I think I may have to. I think I may have to get rid of this then. Yeah. Unused power of 1. Have you heard of Trespasser Jurassic Park? Yes, I have. It's funny. I was like I said, we never had a chance to watch The Lost World of Jurassic Park in theaters, so we had to watch it in cassette. And at that time, we had a hot box. We had a cable with all of its channels. You name it, we had it. And my dad, I was watching pay-per-view movies. I was watching a lot of pay-per-view movies and wrestling events. So any boxing, wrestling. I don't think that we had options for the NFL Sunday Ticket because that was a DirecTV exclusive. Okay, so let's go ahead and let them take care of that while we go ahead and build our monorail. Okay. Okay, let's back up right here. Just a tweak. And I remember in the Lost World when like they were doing this promotion for the Lost World, and Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to do this shit again. So like I said, before they were going to play the movie of the Lost World, they would do this promotion for Trespasser Jurassic Park, and it was a PC game, and it was a first-person shooter game, kind of like Turok, but not as great as Turok. And I was confused as to where did this story, is it like an original, is it a spin-off? And according to what I've been told, it's what do you call it, it has some connections based on the first. So where's the destroyed vehicle? There it is. Destroyed by the Spinosaur. Some bitch. Oh yeah, I gotta go here. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn back the park. Okay. And deactivate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for any inconvenience experienced during our recent handling of anomalous events.
But yeah, they said they were going to promote it, and the thing is that you'll get like a 5 or 10, I think it's like a $5 discount if you mail in the receipt of purchasing the Lost World Jurassic Park in pay-per-view. Then they'll give you the $5 voucher, and with that you could buy the game. Now the game, I'll tell you this, if you're not familiar with the game, definitely check out the Angry Video Game Nerd. He actually has a video based off that game, and he has his own satire based off the game, and it has an interesting story behind it. I wish it was just weird because the hand itself, it just, you don't get to play as a character. It's, how should I put this? It's not even like Turok, in which like you play as a first-person shooter, and then in the scenes you appear as Turok. But this one is just one swinging arm, and the health gauge is, there's this tattoo on the woman's breast. It's like right here, and it has a tattoo of a heart, and it goes down when damage is taken. And it's voiced by Minnie Driver. And every time when you shoot a weapon or a gun, she'll say, okay, there's 6 rounds. So she'll say 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was just laughing. I'm like, man, is this a goddamn joke or what? But they say, according to the director, said that he didn't want to be too much icons, too much stuff on the screen, so that's why he decided to put stuff like that around. But I don't don't know. I think it could have been better off if they could have kept that. I think what they should have done is kept it close like Turok. I think that would have been an excellent foundation to say, okay, let's do a Jurassic Park with some elements of Turok. Let me see. I actually played and beat Trespasser recently. I really enjoyed it. That's good. Yeah, the thing is that there was very limited dinosaurs in that game. That's what I've been told. And that there was supposed to be a super T-Rex or super Raptor, but unfortunately they never had. They never had enough time because they had to release it within the time of Jurassic or the Lost World to maximize profits. That's why certain games and certain games would that is related to a movie would get a coincide, so that way they get a lot of money. They used to do that a lot back in the day, but I think now when they say, oh, it's a game based off a movie, it's like, should I touch it? You know. Like the Path of Matrix? No, Enter the Matrix. That one, I remember people were going crazy about that one because that was supposed to be an MMORPG game in which you play as different characters based of the Matrix series. But oh my god, was that gaga. That was gaga. But eventually they'll do a game called The Path of Neo. Tectonic says you should search up research indicates through what? Okay. You should search up research indicates walkthrough of Trespasser. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that there's a mod community that's patching up Trespasser as we speak, and I actually don't have a problem with that at all. I'm glad that certain people who are passionate with that can do something like that. But I don't know. Ah, perfect. And then this one would be right here where you could make a road. Spider-Man had good movie tie-ins in games. Yeah, I think it was Spider-Man 2, based off the movie, was an interesting one because you get to play as multiple characters. I remember my youngest brother playing that a lot. And I wasn't sure how many characters he unlocked, but he did play a lot of it. You can play as the no. It wasn't Spider-Man 2. It was the first Spider-Man. Yeah, because he plays as the Green Goblin, and in the final boss, you have to dodge the jet that the Green Goblin was using. Yeah, I think that one looks better. We're gonna tilt it just a bit like this. Okay. Womp womp womp.
Acknowledging asset collection request.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's next. Let's take a look at how shady it looks like. Okay, we got star and some change, and then we got full star and some change as well. But the transport rating is super high, so woohoo! The front rating is way up. Have you played the 2004 Transformers game based off Transformers Armada? Yes, I have. No, you know what? I take that back. I did not. I saw my brother playing it. But yes. I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, based on the Transformers Armada. I kind of enjoyed Armada, but that was the same time when He-Man reboot came out, and I loved that He-Man version. That was so much better than the 80s version. They really put some love into that game. They put a lot of love into that show, and you could tell. But this year, I mean this month, we should be getting a Masters of the Universe show on Netflix. But I don't know. I'm having doubts. They're doing a lot of stuff that I was quite surprised they were going to do. So I don't know. I don't know. It seems that now every cartoon, every cartoon movie or show has to have some sort of agenda. And you don't have to. You can just simply make something that is fun, that you could have, that is enjoyable. Dectunic says, I really enjoyed the Transformers game. I saw my brother playing it. In fact, my brother bought Tidal Wave, which was like about this big, this long. I think he has it transformed, if I'm correct. But oh yeah, I'm a big Transformers guy too. But I think I do have the Optimus Prime one. You know what? There was some Transformer toys I did bought. But I think there were more of... Yeah, I think there were some from Armada. And then some based of Robots in Disguise. The one that looked kind of like more like anime type. Alongside Fall of Cybertron, Dark of the Moon, and Devastation. Oh, okay. Yeah, Dark of the Moon. I heard a bad story about Dark of the Moon. Wait a minute, Dark of the Moon. That's the third one, right? That's the third. Wait, that's the third one, right? The third Transformers one. Dark of the Moon. That was such a stupid subtitle. Stupid subtitle. Dark of the Moon. They could have said Darkness of the Moon, Dark Secrets of the Moon, Dark Side of the Moon, instead of Dark of the Moon. What the fuck is that? I don't know, maybe I'm just... I don't know, they could have just done it better. Let's put some Triceratops into this. Let's take a look at the Pentasaur, what's it called? The Pentaceratops. Okay, so this shit's locked. Why? Oh, okay, so it's not 100% yet. We're not done. Okay. I thought we were done. Dark of the Moon game was pretty good though. See, See, I never really pay attention much of that one. Stegosaurus. Pentaceratops. Is this the only one that I get Pentaceratops? I think so. Yeah, because I got a lot of Stegosaurus. It was made by High Moon Studios. Oh, really? Okay, so then I might take your word for it. Yeah, because they also did Deadpool, the game. I actually bought that game. I bought it for pretty cheap. It was like for, I think it was like 25 or 30 bucks. But at that time, they were already transitioning the PS3 to the PS4 games. Well, for that generation. So any games, I think they were selling for a cheap price. But now I can't find Deadpool on the PS4. It is a rare find. It is a rare find, and I think they're selling it for a pretty pricey range. Have you heard of Dragon Ball F? Have I heard of Dragon Ball Z Evolution? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And oh dear God damn it. Okay, yeah, so there's a story behind that one too. They were, I think it was, what was it, Fox, right, who decided to buy the license from Dragon Ball. But I heard stories since when I was in high school that they're trying to make a live action Dragon Ball Z movie. And I was like, I don't know, should they? Like, why? So they decided to go ahead. That thing was pushed. That thing was delayed and pushed and more delays and more pushes. Okay, so that one is ready to be sold. So, and then after a while, they finally decided to do the movie, and I think that came out back in what, 06 or 07. And I saw the trailer, and I was like, "What in the fuck did I what the fuck did I just watched?" I did not. I was like, "What the hell is this? What is this? ¿Qué es esto? What is this mumbo jumbo crap?" And oh my god, even like I said, I go to anime conventions, and we will have the voice actors like Chris Sabat, Vic Mignogna, and some other voice actors and actresses who would voice the characters from the Dragon Ball series. And at least once a panel, they would ask about Dragon Ball Evolution, and they said, "Oh, they should make more." But what's so wrong about that movie? And everyone started to laugh about how bad the movie was. But there was this one time, I asked a question to the guy who voiced Hercule, or Dr. Satan. I mean, Mr. Satan. I'm sorry. Who asked Mr. Satan of the question of Dragon Ball Evolution? Have you seen it? And what's your thoughts? Do you think they should ever make a sequel? So then he starts talking about something, and I was like, "Oh, I really did enjoy the scene where Gohan is facing Cell, Perfect Cell, And I was like, man, that's. I asked about Dragon Ball Evolution. Did I miss the part that Gohan faced Cell? That's like way ahead. That's like way ahead. And then he kind of paused for a moment, and he says, "Wait a minute. Are you asking about the movie Evolution?" I said, "Yeah, Dragon Ball Evolution." And then he said, "Oh, that movie was just horrible," and everyone started laughing about it because everyone was kind of confused. I'm like, which Dragon Ball is which? He's asking about Dragon Ball Evolution, the live action, and then he's talking about a completely different Dragon Ball movie that is perhaps fan made, and it was a bit of like lost in translation, but he finally caught up with what I was asking, and he laughed it up and had fun with it. But yeah. Let's see, it came out in 2009. Oh, it did, right? Oh yeah, I remember. Now since you brought it up, now I remember. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 2009 was a good year to a certain degree. Yeah, because I think at that time I finally bought Dead Space 1, and I recently bought. No, I did bought Mirror's Edge in holiday 2008 because I used to work at a food bank, and our boss, our manager at that time, would give us this little small package of coupons, and one of them was a gift card of, I believe, $20 of Target. And at that time I asked my mom, like, hey mom, I got a $20 coupon based of for Target. Do you need anything while I'm out there, because I'm gonna go buy a game. 2009 also gave us the cinematic masterpiece known as Revenge of the Fallen. Ah, that pinche pedazo de mierda. Yeah. Yep. Yep, 2009, yeah. He said it was super caca. And by Lena Headey. Lena Headey, who plays as Cersei Lannister from Game of Thrones. I was about to say Lena Dunham, but that's a completely different woman. One woman you do not want to be around with. Okay. Let me see how we doing with money. Still nothing. Ooh, boy, look at that. Look at that money right there. Look at all these guests. 369 out of 439. And look at this fucking piece of shit. Look at that. Caca. Just like Revenge of the Fallen. Oh, gosh. I think right here I should add trees. A little like Bob Ross would say, happy little trees. There you go. Have you played Atari Godzilla Trilogy? I've heard of the Godzilla. I've heard of Atari Godzilla. I've heard of it, but I haven't played it. Yeah, I think the only game that I played Atari that was published by Atari was Ghostbusters, the video game, which I love. That was such a good game. A good game based of a movie. However, they say that it's not canon, and I'm like, well, you should, because it looks promising. It belongs to be canon because the game took place 2 years after the events of the second one. So I say, why not? Why not have Ghostbusters the video game as your follow-up to the second Ghostbusters? Godzilla Destroy All Monsters was great. I've heard about that. I heard about that one. Such a good movie. Game. Such a very, very good game. But, yeah, see, this is the reason why it would be nice to have a backwards compatible PS4 or PS5. But not just for the PS4. I'm talking about PS3, PS2s, PS1s, and fucking the PSPs and the PS Vitas. See, they really fucked it up when they decided not to do it backwards compatible. Big oopsies. Big oopsies. I was just thinking to myself, like, you got the Xbox Series X that is backwards compatible all the way to the fucking Xbox, OG Xbox. That is games that are over 20 years old. And you can still play that goddamn game. Here, on the other hand, I'm looking for a specific PS1 game, like fucking, I don't know, Ape Escape, which came out in 98. I'm trying to look for it for the PlayStation now, and I can't find the goddamn game. But I could find the second one. So that one for me is like just bullshit beyond bullshit. Just give us what we want, and you could have our money. It's not that hard. But they make things hard. I haven't played Save the Earth yet, but I enjoy Godzilla Unleashed as well. I think I may have heard of Godzilla Unleashed, but I have heard of Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. I think that was the one that you could play up to 4 monsters, right? 4 kaijus? I mean, 4, yeah. I think that was it, right? It was kind of like Super Smash Brothers, but with kaijus based off the Toho series. Yes. See, I was right. See, I got. See, I know. Okay, so what do we do here? We need a power station, obviously. And we need a mumbo jumbo one. So we're gonna put it right here. Did you play Warpath Jurassic Park? No, but I did buy the game. So here's the thing, for the ones who don't know what Warpath Jurassic Park is, it's simply a fighting game. It's simply a fighting game based of Jurassic Park dinosaurs. And some people say it was pretty good, some say it was kind of lame. When I first heard of it, I think it came out back in 2000s, if I'm correct. And I think the last Jurassic Park game that I've heard of was The Lost World that came out back in 97 to tie in with the movie. I remember that one. And then, yeah, I think it was like in 99 or 2000. Something like that. And I was curious about that game because I thought it would be kind of like Primal Rage, which I did in fact play it. But yeah, I've heard of it. I did saw it once on Fry's Electronics. It was on its jewel case, and I think they were selling it for $40 because that was the standard price for the PlayStation 1 games at that time. And so I hold the game, but I never bought it. And then when I read about the reviews, there was a really meh game. I was like, it is what it is. At that time, we were already playing other fighting games like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Cardinal Sin, Samurai Showdown, Blade Fighter. Let's see what other fighting game do we used to play a lot? I think that was it, but that was the only ones that we played. So I think the closest of a Warpath Jurassic Park game would have been Dino Crisis 2, because they will have this Dino Coliseum when you beat the game, and with the currency that you earn throughout the course of the game, you get to buy off dinosaurs, and then you could fight against each other. And then there was this tournament in which you would pick one of the dinosaurs, and you would defeat from humans to dinosaurs to tanks, and the final boss would be the T-Rex. And it was okay for what it was. It was alright. Excuse me. It was no big deal. Warpath came out back in '98. Yeah, I remember. I know it was like in the late '90s, because, like I said, there was no other Jurassic Park game that was available at that time. But yes, I actually bought Operation Genesis when it came out. I think I bought it for $40, I think, for the PS2. I played it to a certain degree, and then I stopped playing it. But my younger brother, he played the shit out of that game. He did expeditions, just like what I'm doing here in the game. I'm doing all this. He's doing all this stuff, getting all the dinosaurs.
We apologize for any inconvenience experienced.
But then he said, like, once you get the T-Rex, the game is pretty much done. So there was the challenges, but I don't think he ever touched them. One of them needs to be repaired. Yes.
Repair crew reporting in.
Yeah, that one too.
Task received.
Oh, excuse me. I am so sorry, guys. I am. Ooh. Oh my God, it's almost midnight. Wow. Wow, wowie, wow, wowie, wow. You see, the King Kong 2005 movie game was great, yes. So that one, okay, so this was really interesting because at that time the movie came out back in 2005, and I think in November in 2005, that's when the Xbox 360 was introduced. And I remember many games were jumping ship, especially the Microsoft saying, okay, we're going to make some for the Xbox and then make some for the 360, and one of them was King Kong 2005. And for us Sony users, we wouldn't get a PS3 until the following year, so another year. And so we had to stick with what we had with the PS2, while Xbox had the option to have a little bit of an upgrade. But yeah, I didn't know that many people who bought a 360. People would ask me if I bought it, and I said no. I was still content with what I had with the OG Xbox. But excuse me. Eventually, my younger brother would get a copy or get his own console of the 360, and I would buy some games from the 360 as well, like Ninja Gaiden 2, Bullet Witch. What other game that I also bought for the 360? I eventually got rid of them both, which was stupid. Yeah, I can't remember which other 360 game that I also bought. Because I would ask my brother at that time, like, hey Sammy, you don't mind if I play a 360 game for an hour or two? So he would say yes, and I would play for a certain amount of time. But yeah, the King Kong game, especially when you play as King Kong, it's a lot of fun. Very, very entertaining. It feels like the Hulk. Basically the Hulk. But they would also have their first-person shooter gaming. And I was like, do I really have to? Do I really need to? Is there a necessity to it? Paddlesaurus.
En route. Understood. Setting additional task.
Okay, guys. I am clocking out. So.
Take care.
Even Amazon, even Google is telling me to have a good night. So guys, that is it for tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for stopping by. I'd like to thank Dante for stopping by. I'd like to thank Dick Tunix for stopping by. I'd like to thank David Gonzalez for stopping by. Hold on, who else stopped by at my at the comments? Yeah, I want to make sure that everyone has been what do you call it, recognized. So that's it. So thanks again, guys, for stopping by. I appreciate. Tonight, I might live stream. I heard that they're doing a Independence Day movie event at a museum of aviation at Fort Worth. So I don't know if I might go there. I'm not really sure. I was supposed to hang out with a friend of mine's tomorrow afternoon for a party, but they have decided to reduce it to a family party. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. You do you. It's all about family, just like Vin Diesel said. So Dick Tunic says, I'm tired too, and see ya next time. So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do another live stream of Jurassic World Evolution. So just don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Put the bell on for notifications for any other of my uploads. I'm still working on the one for the exhibition of Jurassic World, so hopefully by tomorrow, well, technically today, or if not tomorrow, you'll get something cool out of it. So please be patient. Working as hard as I can because of the apps I'm using now. So all I'm asking you guys is just a couple of days of patience, and I'll give you guys something worth watching. So you guys have a great night. Vaya con Dios, and I'll see you guys next time. Night.